The Parkinson's exercise program here in Union City is really something special, and when I think back to where we began to where we are now, it really amazes me just how far we've come in our scope and as well as our participation in the community that we have. And if I had to tell the story of the program, I would say for me at least, it starts off with an incredible woman and Sports Center member by the name of Ann Boylan. I was a part-time worker here and an instructor and trainer, and after teaching class one day, my first interaction with Ann was her coming up to me and saying, "Hey Rob, that was a great class. Have you ever thought about getting certified in these specialized classes that help people with Parkinson's?" I was still going to school and my priorities were everywhere, and it really took persistence from Ann, who would come up to me from time to time and just remind me how much help I could be to the community and just that the opportunities were there.
Oh, I think she's just a gem. Through her, we've been able to learn so much about the program and all the resources available to her as well as the participants. She participates in the other activities to get everyone kind of rallied and involved in it. So she's really a key component of our program, and without her and her help in applying for the grants and motivating us as instructors, I don't think we would have had the program that we have now.
Anne mentioned to me that there was a possibility of getting a grant from the National Parkinson's Foundation, and we said, sure, we're open to it.
I remember I was at the point where I'd recently been diagnosed, and I wanted to know what I could do on my own behalf to mitigate against the effects of Parkinson's. And I had heard that exercise was a very good thing to do. But the problem was here in Union City, and actually in this whole area in the East Bay, there were no Parkinson-specific exercise programs. In fact, not too many people heard of it. But when I got involved with the very first moving day in 2015, they included local grants to bring Parkinson's disease resources to local communities of the participants in the moving day. And so that's when I started, because I had taken a class from you, and I said, gee, Rob would be fantastic at this. He understands the benefits of exercise. And then I talked to some of my fellow classmates and just very shyly said, you know, I've got this team for moving day. And the support was so warm and really giving. So that started the encouragement of my fellow classmates who are people in my community, and the recognition and support of people like Rob and the other instructors.
I finished teaching a class one morning and my supervisor called me into her office. I didn't know what she was going to tell me. She told me to have a seat, and she told me, how would you like to teach Parkinson's classes? I looked at her and I think about it, and I was like, I don't know what I was getting into, but I told her yes.
I basically was asked with one of the members, Anne, she told me about this wonderful program. She would really like me to be involved. And so I kind of researched it, then went to a wonderful workshop through Union City, who sponsored us and provided the means to get there, and took the class and just really thought that it was something that I enjoyed doing. Also, as it came to pass, was caring for my mom, and she ended up having Parkinson's as well. So it was a way to connect both things together. I could bring her to class, I could help other participants, and kind of hone my skills, since I have a large dance background as well as a athletic background as well.
We were the first 3 here at the Sports Center to get certified in some of the premier Parkinson's exercise classes: Rock Steady Boxing, Power Moves, Dance for Parkinson's. Since 2016, we've been able to add more classes, Yoga for Parkinson's, and added a couple more instructors, Mike Quebec and Nancy Flores.
They found out that I had worked with movement and modified martial arts for fitness, and so they thought I would be a good fit for this particular program.
In 2017, I was working on my advanced yoga teacher training locally in Oakland, and because I had taught previously here at the Sports Center and I had you as a contact, I phoned you and I told you that I was working on my advanced teacher training, and I could serve special populations like Parkinson's, and you stopped me right there and said, hey, we offer classes here, and I was really thrilled because I just really wanted to provide a class for people in this area where I lived.
We started off with just having class once a week with about 1 to 3 people per class, and quickly the word grew, and we went and did demonstrations at other support group meetings. We reached out to medical professionals.
We offer 4 different types of classes, up to 25 participants. We have caregiver and participant support groups.
We not only do exercise classes, we do fundraisers together, we go to special events together.
It provided us with a support group because all the people who go to the Parkinson's exercise classes and all the instructors in the classes are people who are interested in improving. If they're the highly motivated folks. And so it was great to bring us together, and then we became support for new people who joined in who weren't sure, and then they became enthusiastic.
It has really humbled me just how much of a fight that these people in our classes and the community has as a whole, and it really inspires me.
I'd like to think that if I can do my bit for folks now, maybe someone will be kind enough to do the same for me.
I feel like this is family. I feel that I benefit in their presence. I learn from them. We learn from each other. It really is very grounding for me to be able to be here, a part of this community, and grow together.
If you watch the Parkinson's class and see the participants, you can see their progress, and you can also see the joy that they get from coming to class, acknowledging each other, smiling when they're accomplishing just the tiniest little thing, and I love it.
I knew nothing about Parkinson's, and I now know very little, but it's incredible as to how much it's changed my life. And I realized how much Parkinson's does affect so many people around us. And it's a privilege and an honor to be able to participate with the program, and I'm extremely proud of all the staff that have helped make this happen. And I thank Anne for including us in this new path.
I want to say thank you to the people who've taken on this program, because unless Union City and the staff like Rob and Jessica and Karina and many others were willing to take this on, we really couldn't have it. So it was a wonderful meeting of the hearts. So I hope more cities recognize this. I hope more people recognize that they can make something like this happen in their own community.